here we have a Zenith. It is an old Zenith, but it's AM/FM. And by the looks of it, and the Armstrong System FM tag, it's got tubes in it. And it even says something about tubes right there. I don't know what it is. It's a 7H922 maybe? Is that the model number? I would just plug it in, except there's stuff floating around in it, so we're going to open it up to see what we may have floating around in it. Besides the knobs being missing, and whatever went over here, whatever that's missing, it looks like it's in decent condition, so although I may, oh, this shaft is half broken, but I may have the knobs in some of the boxes that I got. This came from that load of radios in, I think I'm pretty sure the very first video that I did with my son. That was the very first time I did a video. I did it with my son. We just got back from an estate sale where I got a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of radios, and I'm pretty sure this was one of them. Anyway, let's open it up, and we'll see what's floating around inside and see if there are even tubes. If there are no tubes in it, well, that's the end of it, because I don't have tubes, but we shall see. So give me a memento and I'll be right back. Alright, well, the first clue that somebody's been in there is that is definitely not an original plug. So, and these, I doubt they're original screws, because I'm pretty sure that we didn't use Phillips, or, well, these are Phillips, but Robertson or whatever other kind of Phillips looking screws there are. But I'm pretty sure they use just the common flat blade screws in these. And the fact that they're so shiny. They're such shiny little screws. The Armstrong FM, the Armstrong system. And I think the chassis is also loose, but oh look, it's on a it's got like a little cheater plug. It's not quite like a television one. It seems like it's a little bit wider. It looks like somebody did a nice job. We'll see if they actually got the neutral in the right spot. Let's put that on the side for now. We're going to have to use that because I don't have another plug. Oh, here's a little potentiometer sitting there. It looks like the tubes are in it. That's good. It's a good sign. There's a potentiometer with a cut wire. Oh, broken wire. So we'll have to fix that up. Oh, look. Whoa. Oh, here's the knob. Look, it's inside. The knob is inside. Are there 3 knobs inside? It'd be nice if there were 3. Hey, look at this. That was inside the radio. It feels kind of heavy. Let's see. Nah, it's not real. That would have been nice, but it's not real. I could see silver coming through it. Yeah, it's not real. It's garbage. Garbage! Well, that was exciting for about a minute. It doesn't stick to a magnet, though, but that was exciting for about a minute. Anything else in there? Not really. Anything... Ooh, that looks like the leg of something right there. Can you see that in the bottom there? It looks like the leg of something. Ugh. I hate insects and bugs and I don't know. Let me put the cabinet off on the side. Oh, get up here, get up here. Alright. So here's one knob. It sure would have been nice if there were... Well, I guess there's 4 knobs, right? So... Man, it don't look like it's been worked on, does it? Looks pretty original. Oh, the speaker's a little crispy. Oh, maybe not. The cone is a little is dry. You can see that if you touch that the wrong way, your finger's going through it. And it looks like somebody had put some glue around the edge here at some point, so there was something. The dial cord works. That's always a plus. It looks like there was supposed to be a shield over that. That's not there anymore. That could be a problem. Alright, well, I don't want to wind up breaking off the antenna by bending it over. Let's see. There's the switch. There's, I think that's a resistor. It looks like it's, that resistor looks like it's been a little, well, maybe not. It looked like it was heated up, but I don't think so. I don't think so. It looked like maybe it was heated right there, but it's just the type of resistor. It looks like it's possible somebody had added that or changed it. I don't know if those were that type of dog bone. And that looks like the only one in here that's like that. So somebody must have worked on it. Although those solder joints don't look like they've been touched. Boy, look at all those Zenith capacitors in there. There are just so many. There's one, two, three, four. This one here, all the wax is like almost gone from that one side, which is probably an indication, that side too, an indication that it got very hot. So you know, maybe we ought to just change. You know, I don't have tubes, and sometimes, you know, you have a, oops. Sometimes you'll have a coupling cap on the tube, and that's very leaky, and it destroys the tube when you power it up. And transistor equipment, you know, I don't care. I'll just plug it in, but I think since I don't have tubes to replace any, maybe we'll do that. Maybe for our first time ever, we'll go ahead and replace capacitors, at least ones that have potentially high voltage on them. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, this is the, must be the AM FM switch. That's tuning, that's volume on and off. So what's this? Is that maybe tone? Do they have tone on these radios? Oh, that wire, look, it completely broke off now. It's completely gone. Look at that wire. Look how hard. Yeah, we'll have to fix that, I guess, but that's not a big deal. What would be a good way to balance this so we don't destroy anything? Let's see. I guess we could just lay it like this. Is really, as long as this doesn't get in the way. What are the, let's see, where's that one that had the wax out of it? It was back in here. So, you know, the ones in front of it would probably be nice if those were changed first. I mean, this one's right off the volume control. Let's see. So I doubt there's high voltage on that one. But I have a feeling there is going to be on this one. We're going to, what is it? It's 200 volts before I chop. It don't matter. We're going to take it out anyway. Let's just get it out. Let's get it out of there. The other wires are even stuck to it. I don't know if I can get in there to cut the other side. Yeah, that cap is definitely bad, and I'm going to show you the other side. I'm going to chop it out, and I'm going to show you the other side. And you'll see what I mean. You will see what I mean. Get out of there. Come on. Don't fight with me now. Don't do that. Be nice. Be nice. Can you see that? Look at this side of that capacitor. There ain't no way that that's good. There's just no way. It's a 0.15. It's a 0.15. It's amazing that, alright, well, okay, well, let's see, let's see if I got one handy right here anyway. What was that, 200 volts, 200 volts. That's not too bad, let's see, 0.15, 200 volts. I have all the caps in the other room basically, but we have some in here. 0.33. So here is let's see. Here's a 0.15 at 400 volts. That'll do it. That'll work. That'll work like a champ. Alright, let's go. This is these Chinese capacitors, but they're fine. They work just fine. They work just fine. You know what? I'm curious to see how bad that cap is. Let's see. Let's plug in let's grab this test wire here. I know these. It's definitely gotten hot. Oof, that is ugly. Let's see. All other caps. Let's see value. 0.320. You know what's 200 volts, right? So 0.15. Let's see if we can throw 200 volts into this and see what happens. I don't know if you can see the. Can you see the? It's so hard to see that. Hey, you can see that display pretty good now. Let's see what happens if we toss 200 volts into that. What happens? Error 3. That is definitely a bad cap. Definitely a bad cap. Although it's slowly 643K. Alright, well, gotta let that. It doesn't matter. We'll just leave it over here for a minute. We're gonna change it anyway, no matter what. But it's no good. Alright, so let's I need to re-tin the tip on this because that last Sony radio we were working on kind of did a number on this tip. It's coming back though, but I have a good tinning block, although I guess you could use what is that? You could use salt, I think, or some other. It's coming back though, it's alright. Alright, so one side went here. We could do the nice thing. You know what? Let's do that. Let's make little J hooks. Everybody loves a J hook. Everybody loves a J hook. Come on, don't do that. I'm not as I'm just gonna do it like the way I originally planned. Just bend this back. Alright, let's solder that one on there. Hopefully I won't knock it off when I'm soldering it on. Alright, there's one side. There's uno side. And the other side went here. This sand resistor, Every time you look at these sand resistors, the legs are always green like that. It's kind of interesting to me. I don't know. I've seen a lot of times where they still work fine, but they're green like that, and I've always wondered, should we be changing those? I mean, I guess if you're going to rebuild or if you're going to, hang on a second here. Oops. Why these always give me such a problem, I don't know. Just getting that little... I'm sure you guys really want to watch me put a J in a piece of wire. There you go, there you go. There you go. I don't like that. Let's get a little more in there. There you go. Oops, some of it dripped off. We're going to have to get it out of there. I won't leave that in there because who knows where it's going to end up. Goodbye. Alright, well that's in a good spot. The other one didn't have heat shrink on it either, so we're not going to put it on that one. Let's see if we got any other ones that look suspect. Oh, you know what? I guess we can do that a little bit, maybe. Get that into frame a little better. Any other ones look... Maybe the one in the corner there. I guess we could check them all. I have a feeling they're all going to be bad. I mean, they are. Technically, they all do have to be changed, but... Let's see. What's this right here? Oh, that's the antenna lead. I don't want to really touch anything right there. I guess I could, we could do these one at a time. Maybe this one. This one right in here. It's going to ground. I don't know what it is. You know what? None of the other ones really look like they've heated up. Not that they're going to be good, but that's the only one that looked like it's been heated up. So let's just give it a quick test. Oh, you know what? Let's get this wire back on here. Look at that wire. It's very, very crispy. That's one thing I noticed. Every Zenith that I've worked on, I'm just going to solder it right here for now, if it'll allow me to. I'm not sure. But every Zenith I ever worked on, the wires are like spaghetti. Literally, like hard spaghetti. They just snap when you bend them. I don't know if solder's going to stick to this or not. Yeah, it's doing it slowly. Yeah, it's good enough for right now. We're going to change that wire anyway. Kind of like this radio, so let's see how it does, and maybe we'll restore this one completely. I don't usually restore too many radios because I'm not going to use them, and it just costs money for nothing. If someone wanted to do, you know, somebody else is going to end up with these anyway for the most part. But this radio is kind of cool. Oh, you know, I wanted to see if they actually put the neutral, which is the one with the tracer as usual. The wire with the tracer on this is the neutral wire. Let's see if they did that in here. Which is the one on the right, which is the blue, and they got the blue going to the switch, which right off the bat is not a good, well, let's see. I don't think, it's going to be, yeah, I think they got it backwards. I think they got it backwards on here. The blue is going to the switch. Let's see, where's the other lead? I've actually seen sometimes where they switch the ground, and that's, to me, is always kind of weird, but I've seen that, and sure enough, in this radio, so they did it right. This one, the other switch leg, is actually going directly to ground. So they did. Whoever put that plug on it, put the neutral in the right place. Alright, so let's see what happens. We changed one cap, which the light lit up here, whatever this light is for. I'm not sure what that light does. I assume that's FM. AM has got zip. We got zip on AM. The first thing we always do is manipulate the tubes and the sockets, and sometimes it just makes it work. Some of these sockets feel kind of loose. I have a feeling the you know, it's amazing to me there's a very slight hum, So the filter cap, before anything, I just want to double check and see how many volts are on that, if any. Going to ground here so I don't kill myself by accident. Nope, nothing. That's good. That's a good sign. Alright, well that's good. At least I don't have to worry about getting electrocuted. Deliberately getting a shock is one thing. When you do it by accident, it's really tough. Oh, it just started. Something just happened. You know what? I think we're going to spray a little something into the selector switch here. Something had fallen. Oh, that's part of that capacitor. Let's spray that switch a little bit. Let's see. Can of that stuff. Probably worth more than the radio. Like I said in another video, mineral spirits. That's what's in this stuff, mineral spirits. So there's some people that like to use Q-tips and just dab it on contact. Get the same result, or similar result, if you just use mineral spirits. That's really all this is. I guess we can give this a spritz. I don't know if I can't see where it sprays inside it. I don't know. I can't really see. I'll just spray. I can't see the other side. Let's get that wire. Oh. Oh, you know what? Oh, I touched the, I say I got a little buzz. It was because I touched that diode. That's a
school, and you can see that,
you know what?
Huge increase. It's the difference between a kid's faith not making it through freshman year of college versus
We just need a better aerial.
reasonably good chance of making it through college to a faith life beyond. That is how important the evidence is. Well, part of the problem, and the reason we developed the app, is because kids don't get the answers, as you just brilliantly put it. They don't get the answers when they need it. They get in.
Let's see. We can put this somewhere. Let's use the this thing here as an antenna. Let's see if that'll work. Oh yeah. No, not quite.
Purchase survey. Got Monges AI here. Let me just ask. You say, hey Monges. And of course it'll come on and you just say, well, a fourth level multiverse disprove God? Well, no, it won't. Well, not disprove God because a fourth level.
Tell us a little bit about your documentary and how you approach that, then we'll take final calls.
Where's the other? So there's two wires on the antenna on the outside here. I assume it's on the right place. I don't know. Everything, the screw's kind of rusted. What does that connect to? What is this? Let's see. This goes from the... Doesn't seem to make a difference. I wonder... Let's get that screw back tight. Tight enough, tight enough.
Necessarily by what's what after having been involved in this occult stuff for such a long time and had these.
I'm looking at these coils in here, and you can see. I don't know if you can see in that, but you can see that somebody was definitely twisting in there, which is never a good sign. That one's bent. I don't know. I hate to start twisting things, but I have a feeling somebody already started on this one. Where's you know, it looks like something is in there. I don't want to. Some of these things have power in them, but I can't tell if that's what that is in there. If they're just covered up or no. I guess we could set it up to do an alignment on it, but we're not going to do that today. Let's see if we can make it a little more sensitive. Let me see here. I want this little. I can't see anything.
The way I feel now, I'm pushing 60, and
Just by turning it.
I'm so very happy about my life and what I've experienced.
So that was a little off.
And it's still filling me with joy and happiness and empowerment in a way. And I don't think I would feel that in the same way had I gone back.
Star one in your bed.
Well, that sure brought back a bunch of sensitivity.
Yourself, not just move moody, but downright temperamental. You find yourself getting, high and low, depressed, manic, etc., etc. The lifelong emotional, conditions. Well, that, causes an increase in mortality rates. And by the way, the same thing with, the decline in spiritual life, etc. So all
in this
these
one, I
things
think the
have
core
been
is
studied
actually broken.
over a long period of time. So much so that, we have 6 European countries who were the forerunners in all of this, now switching over and saying we're not supporting this anymore.
So let me hold you on that thought, because I have to take a quick break. When we come back,
Sure.
we could take a few phone calls if you want to join us. It's the final segment of the program, but you can dial in at 888-914-9149. Our guest today, Father Robert
Maybe
Spencer.
not. I think maybe it's just
talking
the...
AI to brand new apps. There's a great one out there that answers questions.
It may be just a piece of the core that's broken. That's just kind of hanging in there. Let's see.
App will support green infrastructure.
Yeah.
And I think that many of the people... Gildas Alexander.
I really like that evidence from, from peer-reviewed medical studies and near-death experiences. You can download the whole article, just hit the hyperlink.
So we know how it works. Let's try to, maybe we'll change some of the caps and see if it makes any difference. So I'm going to change some of the caps and I'll be right back. So I changed all of the capacitors. Oh, that's them right there. That's them. All done. Nice job. Everything so much takes up so much less room in there because they're so much smaller. But we're gonna test all the tubes. I got a tube tester.
Baby.
Definitely sounds clearer than it did before.
Can use a booklet to guide us. I have 6 booklets in front of me. I used
absolutely
one,
good.
Including one that is titled "The Rosary with Sister Lucia."
Very good. It's hard to get AM in this room, so it actually sounds pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and we'll test the tubes. I've got a couple of different tube testers that I picked up, so they weren't originally mine. This one was in a storage unit, in my storage unit, and it actually a mouse got in there and made a nest in there, but I cleaned it up. There was no, I don't know if it was in there that long, but it seemed to not be too, it wasn't damaged at all actually. It cleaned up pretty good. But alright, let's go. Let's see about, let's test the tubes. We'll do them one at a time, and we'll see how that goes. I think this tube tester works. I'm not 100% sure, but I tried it, or I tested it with some tubes that I had bought, and it seemed like it worked. So this is it's a 12, I can't read it. It's a 12 BA6. It's a 12 BA6. So, here's the 6s, I guess. 12K, 12A, it's going to be in here. 12BU, 12BD, 12BA6. So it's 12, obviously the heater is going to be 12. Sensitivity is going to be 78. Okay. It's going to be socket 1. And then, I guess the last, what is that right there? 13 and 14. What is TB? What does TB mean? Oh, maybe test button, I guess so. So, mean, that's the reading on that one. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of weird. Like I said, I don't have tubes, so it could be that the sockets are dirty too. So let's see. I guess TB means test button. There's test button 1 and test button 2. I'm sure this machine needs to have some tender loving care. Hang on one sec. I'm going to set the camera up a little better so it's easier. Hang on a sec. Alright, I think that's a little better. At least we can see what I'm actually doing here. I think, I don't know if the sensitivity button, maybe, let's see, it said 78, so there's 80, 79. That's kind of a quirky thing to use right there. Yeah, I think that tube is good. That one's good. So, you know, the radio seems to work pretty good, so I have a feeling that none of the tubes are going to be bad, but we'll see. There's a 12AT7. Here's a 12AT7, so it's 12 and then 74. That's 74. Socket 7. Where's 7? 7 is right here. And again, test button 1. Yeah, I think this machine needs a little, these buttons could be dirty too, although I think that tube is just warming up. Ooh, that tube don't look too good. What I say, that's a 12AT7. This is test button 2. Let me see, 12AT7, this is test button 1. Socket 7, make sure I did everything right. So this is 74. Yeah, that tube is bad. Look at that. And according to this it is, and I'm... Yeah, this machine needs some work, but still. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I have one. I bought some tubes from someone. Let's see. Maybe I do have it. Hold on. I bought a little box of tubes. Oh, from someone at a flea market for a couple of bucks. It's going to be real nice. There's a 12AX7 in there. What did I say? 12AT7. 12BA6. 12BA7. Of course, you know. Well, I don't know if a 12BH7, 12AU7. So some of these may actually cross to that. I don't know. It's possible. Let's see what it does. Still, yeah, it looks like it's bad. I wish I had another one we could cross-check it. 12AT7. Hang on a second. Well, let me see what that tube looks like. You know, give me a second. I'm going to look around for one of those tubes and I'll be right back. Hang on. Alright, so here's a Zenith tube. I took out of a Zenith radio that I had. I mean, that radio doesn't even look like it has any use, even though it's probably 50 years old. But even that tube looks nice and new. But we're going to go ahead and let's see if it tests any different. That would be a good, at least a good way to see if the tester is doing something wonky. Oh yeah, it's going up. Yeah, so that tube must be a little weak. Although it's still in the question. Oh no, well, it certainly goes up quite a bit from where it was though. was 78. What was it? 70, 74, 74. Well, this is definitely a lot better than the other tube was in. Now, let's put it in this radio and see if it sounds any better. Actually, you know what? We'll let's finish testing the tubes first, and then we'll go ahead and try the radio. Let's see if we have any other tubes that don't test very good. We'll put that one in here anyway. We'll leave that one on the side for now. Oops, so I'd like to work on that other radio too at some point, but I have a feeling that other radio's got nothing wrong with it. Here's a 12 BA6. So it's a 12B 1278 socket 1. 12. So here's 80, 79, 78 socket 1. I'm sorry, socket 1, and then test button 1 again. Oh, well, that one looks good. As long as it get, you know, that one tube is bad. Getting these back into the socket. It's not the easiest job for me here. Come on. Okay, so now the next tube is a 12BA6 again. Let me, let's see. 12BA6. So 78, 1278 in socket 1. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. Alright, let's see. Test button 1. Ooh, it's going up. I think as long as it gets into the question mark area, I'm going to assume it's good. It's going anyway. Alright, she looks good. Let's go to the next one. What's that one? 12AU6. 12AU6, so it's 1282 in 1. 81, 82, and socket 1. Hello? Is it not lighting? Oh no, there it goes. Alright. Just a little slow. It's making it. Come on, creep up there. Guess we can let it, yeah, that tube is good. At least good enough for where I come from. What do they say? What's that saying? It's good enough for government work. I never really understood that, but I guess government, people that work with the government, I guess they don't expect to do great work. What is this one? Was that 19T8? Is that what that says? 19T8. Let's see. It's 1990. Oh man, this one's got a lot of things. 1990, and then socket 29. And then we have to do these switches too. So it's a what did I say? 19T8. So 1, 2, and 3 is nothing. And then A, B, then let me see. A, B, nothing. Then C, Let's see, CEF. Where is it? Where is it? CEF. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. AA. And then test button 1. Did I do that right? 19T at AA. Oh, AA. Okay, that's right. AA is there. There you go. Yeah, that tube is good. That tube looks good. Alright. That tube actually looks like it's been replaced. That one looks pretty new and clean. As the last one is a... I'm sure some people out there know exactly what these are. 35B5. But I'm not too familiar. It's been a very long time since I worked on any of this stuff. These radios, and I don't know. I don't remember half of it. 35B5. Anyway, 35B5 is 35, 55 in socket 2. The good thing, you know, about this hobby is when you start to meet people that do this stuff, and, you know, not just online, but even locally, it's amazing, you know, it just keeps coming. I started by watching guys online, like Shango 066, the radio TV phononaut, and those are the original ones. And then recently, there's quite a few others. I wish I could remember some of the names offhand, but you know, there's so many good guys out there now. The TV, what's his name? B. Anderson. I mean, all these guys. I mean, some of these, like Bob Anderson, he lives for this stuff. I mean, he to me, I don't know, he's like the go-to guy. Although, strangely enough, I made a comment, and some guy starts messaging me, telling me I'm wrong. I'm like, that is just ridiculous. You know, I don't know. I learned a long time ago, no matter how you feel, if you don't have to like somebody, but if you want to learn, sometimes you just got to stop and listen. You know, you got to stop and see what other people do, especially if they're experts at it. You know, you just have to do it. So, I don't know. So this tube doesn't seem too good. Let me see if I can find, maybe that same radio has this tube in it. What was it? 35B5. 35B5 was, so it was 55, right? It was 55 this thing was set to, which I got a little higher. I mean, it's not... Let me let it warm up again. It wasn't terrible, but... Yeah, there may be something a little wonky going on with this tester. It did have a bird's nest, or not a bird, a mouse. I keep saying bird's nest. It had a mouse nest in it. I'm sure some of these switches could use to be cleaned. Could use a good cleaning. Like the life test button, maybe. The power button. Let's see, did that make a difference? See, when you bang it, makes that needle move a little bit, so I have a feeling something and it's not doing too well, but I don't know. I bought this tester came, that tube is good, it's good. This tube tester came out of an estate sale that I went to, that I bought a whole bunch of tube testers and CRT testers and a whole bunch of other stuff. And but see, like I was saying before, once you start to get to know people, like that, for instance, I went to, I just off the cuff, I happened to have been driving home and I saw a sign for an estate sale. And so I went ahead, let's put this away. So I went ahead and just stopped in there, and what I did, I took out my camera and I just started my phone actually, and I just started recording, and somebody had walked up to me and said, "Hey, can you do us a favor and just, you know, not do that because it makes some people upset." And you know, I'm not going to argue that, obviously. I apologize, you know, I put it away, and I told the girl, "Hey, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it." And she says, "Oh, you know," and then we started, she says, "It's okay and all that, and, but, you know, it just makes some people upset." So, and you know, respect for the people whose house it was, the children were there or something. So, one thing led to another, we just started talking, and I said what I do, and the daughter of the person who had passed away said, "Oh, you know, my dad had all this stuff and we don't know what to do with it." And that's not very uncommon. You know, they have loads of stuff and they just don't know what to do. And so in the end I wound up getting just probably almost everything from that I wanted from that house. A lot of stuff they were afraid to sell. They were afraid of liability and stuff. So I was able to get it. And anyway, the girl who was the curator of the estate sale asked me for a phone number if she came up with other sales that she thought I may be interested in. So I gave it to her, and she called me again for another one. And I think so far we're up to about four different sales. And out of the 4, I bought a good load of stuff out of 3 of them. So, you know, I mean, that's it. You know, you just meet people. Yeah, and it's kind of cool, you know, and also the meeting people online. The YouTube thing is pretty cool. I've been on YouTube for a while, but I originally was going to do aviation channel, but there's so much of that too, and aviation is the kind of thing where you got to be in it 100% or not at all, because it's very dangerous if you're not. And but anyway, this was my hobby, so for now, well, yeah, this is definitely a hobby for me now. If there was a way to make lots of money with this, that would be great, but unfortunately there isn't. Anyway, let's see what the radio does now. We changed out, oh no, did we change that one tube? I think we did, yeah, that was the old one.
Then you might want to try.
So,
Connor a couple weeks ago, he was in.
I just think defense.
I can't swear it sounds any different.
Before they happen, which saves you money.
I can't swear it sounds much different, but
este alivio financiero. No esperes más.
these are the FM antenna.
It's easier to lose weight.
And
Let's go back to AM for a second.
Like you say, works. Medical science is verifying a lot of.
St. Thomas Aquinas had a lot to say about this. Can you share maybe a...
Trouble getting its hands on enough.
Anyway, I think we're good on this one. It has really good sound for something as old as it is. All of these Zeniths, you know, they even just AM radios, they have such good sound. Anyway, that's what it looks like on the bottom now with all the new caps in it. Alright, well, I'll be back. Anyway, sorry about that. I was summoned for something. But we're done. Anyway, you know, that's about it for this one. Turn it back on for a quick second and we're done. I put the old tube back in. I'm just curious. It didn't really seem like it made a difference, even though that tube checked bad.
but I'm a Cinnabon.
Now open in Las Vegas and North Las Vegas. Get ready to shop a store that's easy to navigate.
I love
with
these,
an organized assortment and a treasure hunt.
These slug-tuned FM tuners. It's kind of cool.
Because there are hot trends.
I guess that was part of the Armstrong thing. I don't know.
See you at the now.
I know Armstrong was one of the originators of the FM, the protocols used for FM broadcasts. But I don't know if it was this or not.
Find it. Cite me. Ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women.
Anyway, it sounds really nice and clear.
Within her.
And that's it. So, I appreciate anybody who actually stood by this long and watched. There's some people that make comments on my videos that say I babble too much, I take too long, too much nonsense. And you know what I say? There's always another video to watch. But whatever. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a liking. Everybody does what they want to do. I like to talk. I like to do this stuff. I try to cut out a lot of stuff that I can, but you know, some things you gotta show and it takes time sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And stay safe, everybody. So long. Bye-bye.